Hi, I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Sam.
Now we are going to be teaching you lesson 1-7,
which is midpoint and distance in the coordinate plane. This is problem 1, finding the midpoint. AB has endpoints at -2 and 8, so what is the coordinate of its midpoint? On the number line, A equals -2 and B is equal to 8. And then we use the formula m equals a plus b over 2. So -2 plus 8 is 6 divided by 2, which equals 3. So the midpoint of AB is 3. EG has endpoints E, 6, 4, and G, 2, -3. So what are the coordinates of its midpoint M? Now for the x coordinate of M, we're going to use the formula x1 plus x2 over 2. Okay, so now we're going to do -6 plus 4, which equals 10, over 2, which equals 5. And for the y coordinate of M, we're going to use the same formula. So 2 plus -3 equals -1 over 2, which equals -0.5. The coordinate of the midpoint EG are M, 5, and -0.5.
Now we are on to problem 2, finding an endpoint. The midpoint of CD is M, -2, 1. One endpoint is C, -5, 7. What are the coordinates of the other endpoint D? Let M, -2, 1 be xy and C, -5, 7 be x1, y1. And the coordinates of D be x2, y2. This is the setup for the midpoint formula. Step 1, use the midpoint formula. Step 2, multiply each side by 2. And then when we do that, we get -4 equals -5 plus x2. And 2 equals 7 plus y2. And when we simplify that, we get 1 equals x2 and -5 equals y2. So the coordinate of D is 1 and -5.
This is problem 3, where we will be learning about the distance formula, which is the distance between 2 points. When you use the distance formula, you are really finding the length of a side of a right triangle. The formula we will be using is D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 to the second power plus y2 minus y1 to the second power. What is the distance between u, -7, 5, and v, 4, -3? We will have -7, 5 be x1, y1, and 4, 3 be x2, y2. Now we will use the distance formula and substitute in our coordinates. 4 minus -7 to the second power plus -3 minus 5 to the second power, which would then equal 11 to the second power plus -8 to the second power. And then we simplify and get the square root of 121 plus 64, which equals the square root of 185. Now we will use our calculator to figure out the square root, and we get 13.6.
Next is problem 4, finding distance. On a zipline course, you are harnessed to a cable that travels through the tops of trees. You start at platform A and zip to each platform. How far do you travel from platform B to platform C? Platform B has the coordinate -30 and -20, and platform C has coordinates -15 and -10. Platform B be x1 and y1, and platform C be x2 and y2. We're going to be using the distance formula. Then we substitute -15 minus -30 squared plus 10 minus -20 squared. So now we simplify and get 15 squared plus 30 squared, which would then simplify to 225 plus 900, which equals the square root of 1,125. Then we use our calculator to figure out the square root, and we figure out that you have about 33.5 meters from platform B to platform C.
Lesson check! Line segment
midpoint of line segment BC is 5 and -2. One endpoint is B, coordinates 3, 4. What are the coordinates of the endpoint C? If you got the coordinates 7 and -8, then you're correct.
What is the distance between points K, -9 and 8, and L, -6 and 0? If you got the square root of 73 or about 8.5 units, you are correct.
That's all for lesson 1-7. I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Sam. Thanks
for watching.